Good morning, dear student. Welcome once again to the SRBPS online classes. Today we are going to discuss about Cartesian plane. Now, what does the word Cartesian plane means? As you can see here, when two number lines are perpendicular to each other on a plane, so that plane is known as Cartesian plane. Right, children? That plane is known as Cartesian plane. Now, here in this whole plane, you can see we have two number lines, right? One is vertical line, another is horizontal line. So, these two number lines are perpendicular here to each other and they are drawn on a plane. So, that particular plane is known as Cartesian plane, right? Now, what we call each number line here in Cartesian plane? We call them x's. What we call them? We call them x's. The horizontal line is x dash, that is x-axis, and the vertical line is y dash, y-axis, right? So, where I have written x, that means at the right side on a horizontal line is denoting the positive number, and at the left side they are denoting the negative number. Similarly, when we are talking about the vertical line, as we all know that when we are going up, it is shown by the positive numbers, right? Positive numbers. And when we are going down, it is shown by negative numbers. So that's why when we are going down, there is y dash, and when we are going up, it is y. Now, where these both number lines, or we can better say x is here, intersecting, this point is known as origin, right? Origin, from where the lines get originated. And we denote this origin by the letter O. Right, children? Now, let's further talk about the regions that have been divided by these two number line. Now, children, as you can see here, these two number line has divided the Cartesian plane in four equal parts, right? This is the first part, this is the second part, this is the third part, and this one is the fourth part, anti-clockwise. And there is a particular reason behind it. Right now, these parts here are known as quadrant, right? What they are known as? Quadrant. Now, this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and this is fourth quadrant. Now, what does the quadrant word means? Quadrant divided into four part. The fourth part of something. Quadra word means the fourth. Four. Right? So here this whole region is being divided into four equal parts. You can notice here these are perpendicular here. So each part is a 90-degree part. Right? 90-degree portion. And that each portion is being given name over here. That is quadrant. Right? Now, the next thing is what is being special about these quadrants. If you will observe here carefully, then you must notice here that if I am talking about the first quadrant here, then you will see the portion it has is this portion, right? Now, you can notice here the horizontal portion have positive number as well as the vertical portion also have positive number. So, don't you think that we should call this quadrant a positive quadrant, right? Now, on the other hand, when you will observe this portion, the second quadrant is here, the horizontal line have negative number and the vertical line, that is vertical axis, has positive number. So this quadrant will be having number negative and positive both, right? Similarly, here also we can notice the same thing. Here is positive, here are negative number, here also are negative number. So we can call this third quadrant as a negative quadrant, right? Now, on the other hand, at this side, the horizontal axis has positive number, vertical axis has negative number. So this quadrant is also having that positive and negative number both. So this is my fourth quadrant, right? Now you must be thinking that why I'm talking about all these points, that these are having positive numbers, it is having both the numbers, it is having only negative numbers, and it is having both the numbers. Why? Because we are using this concept basically to locate a particular point, right? As you all know that nowadays we people are using the Google Maps, or concept behind all these maps is all about locating a particular point, right? So the first step onto this is starting from this concept only, right? So here we will learn how to locate any point with the help of two perpendicular lines, right? And for this we need to know that in each part what kind of numbers can be located, right? So here we have noticed all the positive numbers, all the negative numbers, mixed numbers, right? Now the another thing which you have noticed, I have written only two numbers here, right? So let's discuss why these two numbers. Now look at the board. Now you can notice here there are 4 points A, B, C and D. Now I wanted to know what is the location of these 4 points. So how will I be able to find it? So I will tell you how. Now look at the plane carefully. When we wanted to find a particular point on a Cartesian plane, what we will do, we will draw a perpendicular line vertically from the point and horizontally from the point along with the each axis. Let me show you how. Let's see this point. So if I'm going to draw a perpendicular line, so now you can notice this point is almost touching what? 3. This is a horizontal line along with the x-axis, right? Now along the y-axis, if I'm going to plot the point perpendicular, so now you can notice it is intersecting at point 4 and this is intersecting at point 3. Now you notice here this 4 is at x-axis, right? X-axis, and this 3 is at y-axis. So the point of location of this particular point A is x, that is 4, and y, that is 3, right? So always remember, when we are going to locate any point on a Cartesian plane, so always we have to draw a perpendicular line along with the axis, both the axis, first thing. And second thing, when we are going to write down the point of a particular axis, always x-axis will come first and y-axis point will come after that, right? So we will call it, what we call them? We call them together coordinates. We call them together coordinates, right? X will be written first, the x coordinate will be written first and y coordinate will be written second, right? And together we are calling them coordinate, right? And they have their own. X will be known as abscissa and y is known as ordinate. Y is known as ordinate, right? So now let's locate the second point. The same procedure we will follow for the B point as well. We will draw a perpendicular line along with the x-axis here and then perpendicular line along with the y-axis here. So now here what we have noticed, that the point of x-axis is -3 and the point of y-axis is 1. So these are the coordinates for point B. These points are telling the location of point P. Now for the C, as we can see here, the perpendicular line to this point and to this point, again it is -2 as the x coordinate and -5 as y coordinate. Right. Now for the D point, the point is this, so perpendicular line. So now here we can notice the x point is x and y point is, the x point is 6 and the y point is -3. So these are the points, these are the coordinate which tells us the location of any point on a Cartesian plane. And that's why I am showing only 2 numbers, because in a particular quadrant when we are locating a point, so definitely it will be having only 2 numbers. One number is of x-axis and another number is of y-axis. Right? I hope it is understood to you. Thank you so much. Stay happy. Say bye-bye.